guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to sit down and play with some makeup that I've been loving lately. Most of these products are drugstore / affordable. Most of them are new to the market, but some are just new to me. The only thing that is not drugstore is the eyeshadow that I'm going to be using. That's what we're going to be doing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So let me first address the elephant in the room. If you haven't seen my last couple of videos, yes, I dyed my hair. I did a whole video about bleaching my hair from dark brown to like a yellowy color, and then I posted a second part 2 about dyeing my hair green. This is a semi-permanent color, so that means that it is going to fade after about 9 or 10 washes. And after that, I might do another color, I might bleach it again. I don't really know. I'm just having fun experimenting, and I really like how it turned out. I think it's super pretty. I did burn my head earlier while I was straightening my hair, so please ignore that. And hopefully it won't be too irritated me putting makeup on top of it. So a new base product that is new to the market and new to me that I have been really loving is from Rimmel, actually. I am not a big Rimmel person. I haven't tried a lot from them. My local Walmart doesn't stock them, so it's kind of hard for me to find. But I was in CVS and I saw this Rimmel London Multitasker Better Than Filters Primer, Highlighter, and Glow Base. I have the shade 003 Light. I thought this was going to be sort of like the Hollywood Flawless Filter. A lot of brands have been coming out with something like this, but the thing that I noticed about this product is that it actually has quite a bit more coverage, I would say, than some of the other glowy primer, highlighter type products. This one, I would say, actually gives you low light coverage. So I find myself actually using this by itself with no other foundation because it evens out the skin nicely. It doesn't give you full coverage, but for every day, I think it's just really nice because you don't have to go in with a separate glowy primer and foundation. You kind of just get it all in one step, and you can see that it actually is giving a bit of coverage to my skin, a little bit of a tint. This shade is a hint dark for me, but it's fine. We'll just blend it down the neck. And the thing that I also like about this is that it dries down, so it's not like the e.l.f. Halo Glow. That one I found to be way too thick. It just felt greasy on me and it did break me out. This one is way more thin and it dries down. If you don't like a thick emollient feeling primer / foundation on your face, or if you have more oily skin, more combo skin, you might really like this one from Rimmel. I think it's really good. The only thing I will say is that if you go out in direct sunlight, you will see tiny little like micro sparkles. Not really sparkles, but you are going to see a little bit of that pearlescence in the sun. That's the case with most glowy primer type products, but I did want to mention it if that is something that really does bother you. This is glowy because of that pearlescence, not because of just the dewiness of it. Some products are glowy because they're very dewy and like hydrating, and some are glowy because of the pearlescence, and this is a more pearlescent product. For concealer, I've been really enjoying the Revlon Glimmer Brightening Concealer. I have 2 shades, 135, and I'm not sure what this one is, but it's the lightest one, I think. I will say though that the shade range of this concealer is not the greatest. I do find that even this one, which I believe was described as a light medium, is really brightening on me. So I do wish that Revlon would expand the shade range in the future. I also don't like the doe foot applicator. It's so stiff. But I look past it because I like the formula a lot. Don't let the name Glimmer scare you. It's not sparkly, but it is hydrating under the eyes, very dewy and fresh looking, but it actually gives you a good amount of coverage. I would say medium coverage. It's just really pretty. It kind of smooths out the under eyes. It doesn't cling to dry spots, dry patches. It does crease a little bit throughout the day, but not overly so, and if you set it, that can help tone down the creasing a lot. I would recommend setting this concealer because it doesn't set fully by itself. Just something to keep in mind, but I do quite enjoy it. I have found myself reaching for it quite a bit. While I'm waiting for that to dry a little bit, I'm going to prep my eyes. I'm just going to use my Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime Eye Primer in the shade 1. I apologize if you can hear the background heat. I can't turn the heat off. It is absolutely freezing today, so I would become an icicle, actually statue, if I turned it off. So I'm sorry about that. I hope you guys don't mind too much. Has it been really cold where you live? It has been absolutely freezing where I live. My heater has not been working properly. We're having a guy come out and fix it today or tomorrow. One morning we woke up and our house was literally like 54 degrees, which I know is not that bad. We're still blessed, but still, it was cold. I've been wearing like 3 pairs of socks. We got space heaters going. Just makes you appreciate the luxuries that we have. You know, we take for granted those things sometimes, but when they're gone, boy, you better believe you feel it. All right, so let me blend this out and then we will move on to a new blush that I'm really excited to share with you guys. Okay, so concealer is blended and you can see that it did give quite a bit of coverage for a more glowy, hydrating concealer. It brightened up everything nicely and it looks pretty natural under the eyes. If you just use a little bit, it's pretty undetectable. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the blush that I'm very excited about. Juvia's Place recently released these blush cream blushes. Let me just say firstly that I love the packaging. It's like a cute little tiny hockey puck, super thin, super compact. I also am a huge fan of a blush in a pan like this. There's something about it that is just so quick and easy. By the way, I have the shade Peach Please. It's just so much easier and more convenient than a liquid blush for some reason, for me personally. And you can see this blush is pigmented, but not as pigmented as their liquid blushes, which I found personally to be a little bit too pigmented for me. It just ended up looking a bit patchy on my very fair skin. This is just so easy to work with. You can blend it out in 2 seconds. It has a slight dewy finish to the cheeks, but it's not greasy. It just looks so plump and healthy. It doesn't dry down to a powdery finish, so if that's what you look for with a cream, this is not going to give you that. But I do really enjoy how fresh it looks on the skin. It's just a really easy, no fuss cream blush. There's something about it that is so pretty, and you can see you can layer it up quite a bit. I love the components. I love the shade range. I love this peachy color. So I'm a big fan. Like I said, it doesn't fully dry down, but it's not sticky. Usually that does bother me when my cream blush doesn't dry down all the way, but for some reason I look past it with this formula because it's just so easy to use. It has such a pretty finish. It doesn't pick up the foundation underneath, and yeah, I really like it. For bronzer, I don't have a new one, but I have been obsessively using this Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Diamond Bronzer in Bronze Gem. It's a cream bronzer. Again, the creams in these little pots are so easy. I love, 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 love when my cream products are in these little pots. Even though they get a little bit messy, it's just so much easier than a liquid where you have to put it on the back of your hand, then work it into your brush, and it's just, I'm too lazy for that most days. And I really like this formula because it's sort of a moussey consistency. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It doesn't pick up the product underneath. It's just really easy to use. You can just slap it on like I am. And I also like the tone of this. It's a little warmer, but for some reason I've been reaching for warmer tone bronzers lately. I think I'm just missing summer. I'm just sweeping a bit of that through my crease. And I'm gonna bring a little extra down the neck because that foundation primer product, the Rimmel product, was a little bit deep compared to my neck. It's just a really quick, easy, non-patchy, foolproof cream bronzer. I went a little heavy today, but it's fine. A loose powder I have been loving is this one from Wet n Wild. You get a ginormous container. Look at this thing. It is huge. This is not a new product, but I've heard a lot of people talking about it and I just never tried it until now. And I have to say, I really like it. It's definitely more mattifying. If you have extremely dry skin, then you might not like this, but even on my dry skin, I don't find it to be overly drying actually. It's quite smoothing, it's blurring, doesn't look heavy, doesn't like make your skin feel tight. It's really nice. So I'm just gonna set lightly under my eyes, on my nose, and through my T-zone. And then I'll take a bigger brush and just tap a little bit in. You get a big container, which I actually really like. It's easy to get through the powder. And I'm just gonna lightly set the rest of my face. Like I said, the Rimmel product sets down, so you don't really have to do this, but I just want my makeup to really last all day, so I'm gonna set it. I'm going to add a little bit of powder bronzer to my nose. I'm gonna use this little Essence Contouring Duo, which has been a favorite for a really long time. I've been using it as eyeshadow a lot lately, actually. But I love using it also to contour my nose because it's not gray, but it's definitely more of a neutral leaning cool tone. And you can go really light with this. It's almost a skin tone shade. So I just find it really nice for contouring the nose. I like to round off my nose a little bit and create a little bit of a cute little button nose, like so. And then I'm gonna pop some through my crease as well, just so that everything ties together a bit. And I'll also put a little bit under my eyes. It's just the perfect contouring shade for my skin tone because, again, it doesn't look too gray. It's just the perfect shadowy color. Like I said earlier, I don't have a drugstore eyeshadow palette that I've been really reaching for a lot. Honestly, I've been using this little contouring duo a lot on the eyes. So I'm just gonna quickly do a little eyeshadow look off camera, and then we will be right back to finish up the face. So I'll be back in 3, 2, 1. For lips, I'm still obsessed with these Maybelline Lifter Liners. I'm gonna use the shade Player today. Actually, am I gonna use this shade? Maybe I'll use something more pink. So this is Player Out of Line and Big Lift. Let's try Big Lift. These are so creamy. And even though these are super creamy and pigmented lip liners, they set down and they last a really long time, which is one of the main reasons why I love it so much. Let's use the NYX Lip Ivy. Okay, and last but not least, for highlight, I've been really enjoying this little Wet n Wild Mega Glow Hello Halo Blush Lighter. I have mine in I Met Someone. It's more of a goldy champagne and then a peachy one. I kind of just mix them both together and use them as a blush topper slash highlighter. So I'm gonna do that today. It's a little bit hard pressed when you first get it. You kind of have to like scrape off the top layer, and then you will get the most beautiful glass skin effect. I swatched it on my hand. I think you can see it just looks very wet and pearly. Not glittery, not sparkly. It kind of reminds me of an Hourglass baked powder, and I think it's just really pretty. So yeah, friends, those are some of my current favorite affordable drugstore products. Let me know in the comments down below, have you tried any of these products? What have you been loving lately from the drugstore? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.